Hey, what's up everybody? I am at an airport right now. I'm about to be traveling pretty soon, but I wanted to pop in here and give you guys some advice on how to finesse the industry. I'm not sure how this is gonna turn out as a video. I didn't tell anybody that I was traveling this weekend. I just decided that I wanted to go. Okay, these ashy lips need to be fixed. Hold on. Okay. So, on Instagram, I went ahead and I posted a couple days ago that I was going to be releasing how to finesse the industry. That isn't necessarily speaking on how to become a talent manager. That is speaking on how to actually be an influencer and finesse your way to getting views or creating a fan base, things like that. Number one, follow the trends when they happen. And what that means is like pranks came out years ago. If you want to start a channel strictly for pranks because you think the pranks get views, the reason that people that are doing prank channels are getting views is because they've been doing them for a long time and it's working for their algorithm. YouTube creates an algorithm for every single channel, and then they also, on top of that, have their own algorithm. So it's a mathematical combination that I don't even know if Google knows how to explain itself. So in order to be a prank channel and be a successful prank channel, you would have had to have started that trend 2 years ago. So finding a trend such as playing Apex or Fortnite, things like that, and jumping on that when it happens, that would be a great way to start to gain a fan base, okay? Number two is if you want to have an Instagram following at all, it's advisable to start commenting. Hey, I'm coming in to fill in some of the blanks over here because it was kind of confusing how I was explaining things. I switched back and forth between speaking about on channels and Instagram. With Instagram and YouTube, you are honestly looking at the exact same thing. So just think about, if you're starting a channel, it's the same thing as Instagram. If you're starting a Instagram account, it's the same thing as your YouTube channel. The main points about finessing trying to be an influencer is you have to love what you're doing, which is kind of the first point that I made in bringing up where the algorithms kind of come into play, as well as what exactly you need to have some sort of talent that's a little bit different than other people's. So you can be a prankster, you can be a gamer, but what you have has to have your actual qualities, your actual talent in it, what you are as a person to make that part poppin'. Now, with that being said, I also touch on point two, I touch on going onto pages, commenting, and liking things on those pages. With that being said, you need to treat YouTube and Instagram like it is your full-time job. So if you want to become an influencer full-time, you got to work at it full-time. There's no 20 hours dedicated to this. If you put in half the effort, you're going to get half of the results, okay? You can't be lazy. A lot of the times when it comes to being an influencer, what you are doing is mainly research. So research. That is the key combination for you to win in this industry. Okay. All right. Number two, commenting. Okay, if you want to have an Instagram following of any sort or gain subscribers on your channel, I advise for you to start commenting on people's channels, and not just like, hey, saw your channel, follow me. Like, that doesn't work. So coming up with something creative that might draw the poster's attention is great. Making something funny, making a funny comment. Don't be rude, but make a funny comment or do things like that that could attract people over to your channel or page, that could gain you followers. Also, following hashtags. You probably notice people with millions of followers don't post hashtags anymore, but the thing about hashtags and why they work so well is because it creates an algorithm for your page. So doing things like going on to, top 10 hashtags, clicking over to places, clicking over to, the top hashtags, the top people that are posting the hashtags, and commenting something creative on the first 9 photos. It takes about an hour a day, but the thing is, like, if you want to be an influencer, you do need to you need to spend, it's honestly like 85% research and 15% of it is doing the actual posting and filming and editing and all of that itself. So if you want to be an influencer, it's going to be doing a lot of research, researching hashtags, researching metadata for YouTube, and figuring out what is going to work for your channel. YouTube, make sure that you are including like your full title in your tagging, and break the title down into 4 or 5 different phrases. So say that it is follow trends when they happen. You're going to put follow trends, okay, enter, follow trends when they happen, enter, trends happening, enter, and just figure out to create as many creative ways as you could possibly put to make that title get broken down and optimize it to the best. Okay, sorry about that, I'm back. Number 3 would be pitching yourself to brands instead of letting them reach out to you. So if you've already gained a little bit of a following and you're waiting for brands to reach out to you, don't be lazy. Create yourself a pitch deck, make it look really nice. Add pricing that's reasonable. So reasonable pricing would be if you're on Instagram and you have 50,000 followers, your pricing should be $500 for a post, $500 for an Instagram story that's 45 seconds long. So it's pretty self-explanatory with that, but don't limit yourself. If you see a brand that you think is too big and wants to work with you guys, pitch yourself to brands. If you feel like there's a brand that is too big for you to work with, still reach out. You don't know. You could do a deal with Coca-Cola years down the road, but that wouldn't have been an option for you if you had never reached out. You need to plant the seeds in order for them to grow. So always reach out to brands yourself. If you have a manager, have your manager reach out to brands for you. Which leads to number 4. Pretend to be your own manager until you actually get one. So when you get brands that reach out in emails, make sure to leave a tagging, make up someone's name, and just go with it. When you write these emails, though, they need to sound very professional. So like the proper email scripts, the proper titling, call the person by their name. So dear blah blah blah, or hi blah blah blah, thank you for reaching out to my client, whatever their name is, insert their name or your name in this instance, and say, we'd absolutely love to, work with your company, but in order to do that, we charge X amount of dollars. Now, don't just jump to the money, try to act interested, get them engaged. Try and maybe hop on the phone with them, because the thing about emails is they aren't personalized. So you're not going to, actually build a relationship with somebody until you get on the phone with them. And I would say 90% of what I do is building relationships with people. So the faster you can try and get them on the phone, the better it is. Try and meet up with them in person if they're local. If you're in LA, it's very easy to, take an Uber to go take somebody to lunch and thank them for, bringing you an opportunity. You wouldn't have had that, extra money or whatever if it wasn't for them. Number 5, and this is the last one. This is going to be a really short video today, but the last thing that I have to say about finessing the industry is being yourself. If you are trying to portray something that you are not, it's going to go against the grain of who you are as a person. So it's not going to work out for you in the long run, and it's not going to work out for your brand in the long run, because it's not you. I'm not saying air out your dirty laundry on the internet, but I'm saying just be whoever you are. If you are a business person, be a business person. If you are, funny, be funny. But don't sit and try to be something that you're not. That's how, channels die. That's how influencers end up losing traction, because they've tried to go against the grain of who they actually are instead of just being who they actually are. And who knows, you being yourself, maybe you think you're not that interesting or creative, but you being yourself, or if you're not being yourself, you're never gonna get to express who you are, so no one will ever see who you actually are. Yeah, that's pretty much all that I have. I have to catch this flight, but I wanted to hop on here really quick and edit this and then post it, so au revoir. Oh, also, if you are new here, don't forget to like and subscribe, and check out my channel every week, and I will be posting more updates on talent management things, what it's like to work with influencers, and anything talent management related. Thanks, guys.